2 jets, 2 legends, 1 battle at 45,000 feet. The Gulfstream G800 and Bombardier Global 8000 are the fastest, farthest-flying private aircraft on Earth. But only one can claim the throne. From cabin comfort to raw performance, we're comparing every inch to see which jet truly rules the skies. Let's get started. The cabin. Let's start where you'll be spending most of your time, the cabin. And honestly, calling these spaces cabins feels like calling a Ferrari a car. We're talking about flying penthouses here. The Gulfstream G800 gives you a cabin that's 56 feet and 11 inches long, 8 feet and 2 inches wide, and 6 feet and 3 inches tall. That's longer than a tennis court is wide, with enough headroom for anyone who isn't trying out for the NBA. But the Global 8000? Bombardier decided to go bigger, way bigger. Their cabin stretches 54 feet and 5 inches in length. But here's where it gets interesting. It's 8 feet and 4 inches wide and 6 feet and 8 inches tall. That extra 2 inches of width might not sound like much, but when you're designing a luxury interior, every inch counts. The G800 can be configured with up to 4 distinct living areas. We're talking about a master suite with a full-size bed, a conference room that seats 8 people around a proper table, a dining area, and a lounge that feels more like a high-end hotel lobby. The windows are massive, 28% larger than the previous generation Gulfstreams, flooding the cabin with natural light that makes the space feel even more expansive. Here's where the Global 8000 really flexes. The Nuage seating system. These aren't just leather chairs, they're engineered to reduce fatigue during long flights. The seats tilt and swivel, they have built-in massage functions, and they're designed to distribute weight evenly across your body. It's like having a luxury spa chair that happens to be flying at 45,000 feet. The Global 8000 edges ahead with their cabin management system that lets you control everything from your smartphone, lighting, temperature, entertainment, even the window shades. Stick around until the end to see which jet has the most insane hidden feature that could literally save your life in an emergency. Something that goes way beyond just luxury and into the realm of serious safety innovation. The cockpit. Now let's talk about the business end of these aircraft, the cockpit. This is where millions of dollars in technology come together to create flying experiences that would make NASA jealous. The Gulfstream G800 features the Symmetry flight deck, and it's like stepping into the future of aviation. We're talking about 10 high-resolution touchscreen displays that show everything from weather patterns hundreds of miles ahead to real-time aircraft performance data. The system can predict turbulence before you feel it, automatically adjust the flight path to avoid weather, and even land the aircraft in emergency situations. But here's what's really impressive about the G800's cockpit: the Enhanced Flight Vision System. This technology uses infrared cameras to see through clouds, fog, and darkness. Pilots can literally see the runway when visibility is near zero. It's like having superhuman vision built into the aircraft. The Global 8000 responds with their own technological marvel, the Bombardier Vision Flight Deck. This system combines synthetic vision with enhanced flight vision, meaning pilots can see a computer-generated view of the terrain ahead, combined with real-time infrared imaging. It's like having a video game overlay on reality, except this video game can save your life. Both cockpits feature fly-by-wire technology, which means the aircraft's computers are constantly making micro-adjustments to keep the flight smooth and safe. The G800 uses what Gulfstream calls envelope protection. The aircraft simply won't let pilots make dangerous maneuvers. The Global 8000 takes a more collaborative approach, providing pilots with information and suggestions, but ultimately leaving the final decisions to human judgment. Engine and performance. This is where things get really interesting, because we're talking about the difference between fast and absolutely ridiculous. The Gulfstream G800 is powered by 2 Rolls-Royce Pearl 700 engines, each producing 15,600 pounds of thrust. The G800 can cruise at Mach 0.85, which translates to about 652 miles per hour. But here's the kicker. It can do this for 8,000 nautical miles without stopping. That's New York to Dubai or Los Angeles to London with fuel to spare. The Global 8000 takes a different approach with their two Rolls-Royce Pearl 15 engines, each producing 18,500 pounds of thrust. More thrust means more speed, and the Global 8000 can cruise at Mach 0.88. That's about 675 miles per hour. It's not just fast, it's the fastest purpose-built business jet in the world. Here's where the flight experience really differs. Altitude performance. The G800 can climb to 47,000 feet, while the Global 8000 can reach 51,000 feet. Why does this matter? Higher altitude means less air traffic, smoother flights, and more direct routing. At 51,000 feet, you're flying above most weather and commercial traffic. Both aircraft feature advanced aerodynamics that would make Formula One engineers jealous. The G800 uses what Gulfstream calls natural laminar flow wing design, which reduces drag and improves fuel efficiency. The Global 8000 counters with their smooth fuselage design and advanced wing shaping that optimizes airflow at high speeds. Price. Now for the question everyone's thinking about, what does it actually cost to own one of these flying masterpieces? The Gulfstream G800 has a list price of $78 million. That's not a typo, $78 million. The Bombardier Global 8000 comes in at $78.5 million, basically identical to the G800. But here's the thing about list prices in the private jet world. They're more like suggestions than actual prices. Custom interiors, advanced avionics packages, and special paint schemes can push the price well into the 80s or even 90s of millions. But the purchase price is just the beginning. Operating costs are where these aircraft really show their true expense. The G800 costs approximately $6,000 per flight hour to operate. That includes fuel, maintenance, crew costs, insurance, and hangar fees. For a typical owner flying 200 hours per year, that's $1.2 million annually, just to operate the aircraft. The Global 8000 is slightly more expensive to operate, at around $6,500 per flight hour. If you don't want to buy, both aircraft are available for charter. The G800 typically charters for $15,000 to $20,000 per hour, depending on the route and season. The Global 8000 commands slightly higher charter rates, usually $18,000 to $25,000 per hour. Here's a cost most people don't consider: depreciation. These aircraft lose value quickly in their first few years. A G800 purchased new for $78 million might be worth $65 million after 3 years. Insurance costs for these aircraft are astronomical. You're looking at $800,000 to $1.2 million per year just for insurance coverage. The truth is, these aircraft aren't just expensive to buy, they're expensive to own. Industry experts suggest that the total cost of ownership over 10 years is approximately twice the purchase price. So that $78 million G800? You're looking at around $150 million in total costs over a decade. But here's the thing that justifies these costs for the ultra-wealthy: time. These aircraft can save hundreds of hours per year compared to commercial travel. For executives whose time is worth thousands of dollars per hour, the math actually works out. Technology that was originally developed for military applications and costs more than most people's houses. If you made it to the end of the video, comment which of these two amazing jets do you like the most. And if you enjoyed this video, click here to discover the inside of the $75 million flying penthouse, Airbus ACJ320neo. See you there in a second.